What is up, guys? It's
John.
Again, Speakeasy Podcast. Welcome back. Welcome back to the basement, people. Welcome to the Speakeasy. There we are. There we are. Yes. Be quiet.
Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell anybody. Speakeasies, man. Yeah. You been to any good speakeasies, man? You been to any?
No, but I'm dying to go to one, dude.
You haven't been to Criff Dogs in New York City?
No. So, my buddy Tim, they've given us beer for him
Yeah.
and his wife,
Tim,
Karen.
yeah. Tim.
So every year in the summer, I believe it's in the summer,
Yeah.
Tim's wife, Karen, her friend owns like this ice cream shop in the city,
right.
and her daughter goes and works there for like a few days.
Okay.
But when you open up the freezer door, there's a speakeasy behind it.
Interesting.
Yes. I got to get the name.
You have to
we
get
have
the
to
name.
go.
You have to get the name.
Dude, it's crazy.
I mean, when it comes to speakeasies, New York City is they have a ton. They have when you think speakeasies and you're looking for speakeasies, New York City is one of the best places.
I always go to that Five Guys one.
So there's a Five Guys.
Delancey or something.
That's the Garrett.
The Garrett.
So the Garrett upstairs from the Five Guys. So every time I take someone new, we went with Dustin.
Yep.
And we walk in, and Dustin's like, "Guys, I'm not hungry." And we were like, "Yeah, no, it's all right, it's all right." And then we took him to the back. You walked past the counter to Five Guys.
It's like a phone.
And around the corner, there's like a stairwell that goes up the stairs, and it's a really nice looking
place is cool,
spot.
man.
Yeah, really nice bar called the Garrett, and very good cocktails, all that stuff. So that was and then we went to the Old Rabbit. I think that was what it was called, the Old Rabbit.
We knocked on the door.
That was on McDougal Street.
Yeah, that was on McDougal.
John couldn't open the door, and
like waving at the camera.
he thought that was part of the experience.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't open the door. I don't know. We have to do some special knock or whatever. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I never had an issue.
Like looking it up online.
And we're standing there like three idiots, just standing there, like whatever, waiting. I'm like, I don't know, John. I don't know. Finally, I was like, dude, let me see. I go up to the door and it opens up. I'm like, what were you doing?
Because she unlocked it. She had the button.
I was like, were you pushing or not? Or you're supposed to be pulling or vice versa or something? What's going on? It's locked.
That place wasn't as cool though because there wasn't like a speakeasy. It was a hidden bar, but
It's
it wasn't
hidden
like
bar.
it wasn't
It was tight. It was just a bar. I think this is bigger than what.
Yeah,
that was.
it wasn't like
yeah.
a cocktails. Like I don't know, it was strange.
Yeah.
It was the first time I ever had that liquor we did.
The Underberg, which we had not too long.
She's
few
like,
episodes
"You
ago.
want this?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's Criff Dogs. It's a hot dog joint in the city that goes to please.
That's on my list. We didn't go to that one though.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I went there, and the cool thing is, what's the bar? Is that Please Don't Tell? I always get them confused. And you go to the hot dog place, and there's a phone booth there. And what you do is you pick up the phone, and you say,
Get out of here.
Yeah. And I talked to someone on the phone. I said, hi, we want to come in or whatever. And then they opened the other side of the phone booth door to get into the speakeasy.
That was it. Hi, we want to come in.
Yeah. I was kind of drunk, though. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Do you have a seat for two at the bar or something like that, or whatever.
No, like I don't know of any like New Jersey speakeasies that are speakeasy.
In New Jersey. Yes, there is one. We have one, John, and you've been to it.
Where?
Morristown.
Oh, the
The laundromat, dude. Come on. You walk into there's in Morristown, New Jersey.
But it's a popular place, though.
It
I want a place
is,
that's
but
like
you
hidden.
walk in and it looks like a laundromat.
Yeah, you gotta walk
and
through
it's
the
all like
washer
the washing machines or whatever and stuff. And then, but the giveaways, there's a bouncer in front of it.
Yeah.
And then you walk
Can I
down.
see your ID? I just want to dry my towels.
Yeah, I've got some laundry here, and then you go in there and you know.
Yeah. I want one that's like hidden, where the one by Drownland is.
You would like Criff Dogs, then. I think you'd like Criff
Dogs.
Dogs.
Let's go one day.
Yeah.
I hate the city, but I like if I'm going to do something like that. I don't want to sightsee. I want to do that. I want to hit up McSorley's again and do something like that.
There's quite a few, and I've been to other ones that I can't think of on the top of my head at the moment. Good ones out in the city, and I've been to Rain's Law Room. That's another one too. I think where you have to like call ahead or something, and then let's.
There's the Garrett, the Grand Delancey. Please Don't Tell at 113.
That's the one. Yeah, so that was the right.
Oh,
name.
that's the Criff Dogs.
Yeah,
one.
Criff Dogs. Yeah.
Little Branch, an unmarked brown door on the corner of Leroy Street.
Okay.
That's all it said when I looked it up.
Okay.
I made this list when Dustin came.
All right.
And then Attaboy on Eldridge Street.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the ones we have.
And like I said, I think Rain's Law Room is another one, which is like a little bit more, you got to like call or this or that or something or knock on the door. I don't know, something along those lines. But
No, we definitely got to try that ice cream spot.
yeah. I mean, a speakeasy like around here would be cool, man. Like a whiskey bar speakeasy.
Yeah.
It's like but we're at the best speakeasy in New Jersey right here.
Oh yeah, if you ain't
right
seen
here,
this, man, hell yeah.
This is the speakeasy.
Check out our TikTok, Speakeasy Podcast, guys. They'll give you a little tour.
Yeah, without telling Ken.
Without telling Ken.
I think it's time for some bourbon, guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's get through this new. So last episode we did a weeded.
Yeah.
In this episode we're doing another weeded.
Let's go.
Look at this.
Look who it is. She's back.
Yes, Penelope.
Penelope, who reached out to us to come take a tour, and then they never answered back when I said okay.
Oh gosh, you're never gonna let that one go, huh?
Nope.
Yeah, we're doing another weeded. This one just came out recently too.
I like the bottle.
Yeah,
It's nice and yellow with the wheat on it.
Yeah. Get your Wheaties.
Penelope and Ivory go together like perfect. Is that the song?
So quick backstory about Penelope, real quick. For people, anyone who does not know, Penelope is so it was the distiller's daughter, I think, is named Penelope,
Yes.
and he named the distillery after his daughter, or owner, one of the others, owner, distiller, maybe both. I forget what the whole story is there. But that's where it came about. Penelope sourced all their stuff from MGP, and they did very well with it.
Yeah.
And what they would do is they take that MGP juice and they would put it in different types of barrels, and that's where you get some of the ones like Rio, Valencia.
Rio's really good.
Yeah, they have that new one. What's it, Havana or something like that, I think?
Ooh,
I gotta try that one. It's like a rum one, I think. And they have all those different profiles, Tokaji barrel. So they basically, I think it was all the same as far as the juice, but then they just put it in different barrels. They did so well with it, and their marketing did so well with it, that MGP came back and said, hey, we would like to actually buy your company. They're the ones to give them the juice to begin with, and they're saying, we want to buy your company and whatever.
They moved from New Jersey out to wherever they are.
No, I don't know if did they actually move or no.
I don't think, they're not in New Jersey.
I'm not sure if I know the whole story with that. I thought they were actually still around, and they still maybe like I thought that part of the contract was they had to keep running it for a certain amount of time. But I could be totally wrong with that.
Look it up. I don't think so.
Yeah.
So.
But
What's
yes.
What's the proof? Like what's?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Got lost track there. So 95 proof,
Okay.
which is 47.5% alcohol, and this is a 4-grain weeded. Cheers. Yeah, because they didn't break that glass. That was the Willet glass, man. I'd be sad if I broke that one, man.
Oh yeah, that's a fragile looking one.
Yeah, it is. Delicate looking. I like this glass.
Everybody stared at you when you.
I know. I walked in like, what are you drinking? Some high-end stuff there, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's a 3-year
It's the
Willet
3-year.
bourbon.
The guy's like, you want the 3-year? Let me dust it off.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel important.
Take a
Give me
glass.
that.
Take a glass.
Yes.
You want a shirt? Take a shirt.
Take a shirt. Let's look at this. Ooh, I give myself a lot there. It is. Once again, we're getting last couple of us. We got some decent color on these. All kind of like that medium. Not super viscous looking.
No.
Yeah. Nose.
It smells freaking delicious though.
Yeah. You might find yourself a fan of weeded, man. You might be a weeded fan.
There's something I feel like we had and we didn't like it, and I was like, it kind of turned me off from weeded, and now I'm thinking maybe I'm making it up.
I think you're making it up.
It smells sweet. It smells tart.
I'm getting light notes of chocolate, bakery, honey chocolate maybe.
Definitely honey.
Yeah.
Vanilla.
Sweet,
I'm getting like
nice aromatics.
chocolate covered apple, like
Yeah.
apple in there, like
Yeah.
pear, peach. No, not peach.
Yeah, maybe like a nice
Like
a caramel apple, kind of maybe. I don't know, something there.
pear.
Yeah, maybe
Like a
pear.
green pear?
Yeah, maybe a pear. Maybe a pear over an apple. See that?
Like that grindy pear taste. You know when
Yeah.
you eat a pear and it's like grinding your teeth?
That's like mealy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a good thing though. If it's mealy. Like a mealy peach. You don't want that.
Sand.
That's sandy.
No, it smells delicious, dude.
It does. Let's try it out.
Cheers.
I like this. I like it. Did I say I like it?
Did you like this one?
I like this
I
one.
can't tell. I do too. So hold on.
That first sip. It's like a light maple or something there. I don't know what it is.
Orange. Oaky, orangey, zesty. Holy
Sorry.
I just pissed my pants.
Sorry.
Wow, I was like into space. I was in the zone trying
This
to figure
dry
out where...
air has been making my nose like very itchy lately. Sorry.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Right,
Not gonna breathe again. Is it you get what?
I
Go
like
ahead, go
I
ahead.
like this a tad bit more than the one we did last week.
We had a Bardstown last week.
Is that we did Bardstown?
Yeah,
That was
that
good.
was a week ago though. So I mean, I don't know if you can really.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe if we had it back to back.
Yeah.
But this is tasting like lemon peel. I don't know.
You're getting citrus, then.
I'm getting citrus.
I don't know if I'm getting citrus.
I'm getting citrus. Getting citrus. I'm getting the vanilla. I'm getting that candy taste. Oak.
Yeah. I'm getting a light. Like if you were to take maple syrup and like threw it in some like water to dilute it or something, a light hint of maple or something. Hint. I'm getting some of that corn. Let's go to the source here. Let's go. It's a weeded. It's grainy. What do you? I mean, it's 4 grain.
Right.
Are you getting more rye, wheat, corn, malt? I'm getting, I think, corn probably, right? And wheat. I mean, that's the 2 top ones, I would say.
Tastes like wheat. Yeah, no, 100%. It's not malty. I'm not barley. I mean, obviously it's not.
Yeah.
Obviously it's not rye. But
Yeah, I would say corn and wheat is
the corn is very forward on that.
I mean, if it's wheated, I hope it's wheat, but yeah.
I like it, dude. This is a good one, man.
Yeah.
It really is. This might be one of my favorite Penelopes we've done. And I love the Rio.
Yeah. That was good. This is a nice go-to. It's a little lighter.
Sometimes light is okay.
Yeah. A little lighter, but not bad. Good flavor.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Now, this is brand new, right? This is like a...
Yeah, this came out recently.
Recently, yeah.
Yeah. And, well, actually, it might not be the same. I mentioned before that it could be the same recipe or something like that. But no, if it's a weeded, then no, it's... Hold on a second. I gotta get a tissue.
Yep. Use your shirt.
Yeah, no. It's gonna drip down my shirt or something.
No, it makes for good TV. 4 grain. See, distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
Well, yeah, but
Bought by
that's
Penelope
FGP, though.
Company in St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, they've moved on from New Jersey. They're not in Rochelle Park no more.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe. I gotta get one of my old Penelope bottles and see if it compares.
It offers a taste for all tastes, whether you're sipping it neat or mixing it into a cocktail. Blended as a cornerstone of our collection. Penelope Weed does an unforgettable bourbon experience.
All right, this was definitely pre-sale. This one here, pre-sale. It's like I feel like I'm going to a concert. Does that have the same information on it, or is it different information?
It's Kachi.
Because I got that one a little while back.
Non-chill filtered straight whiskey and a little
But does it say where it was distilled? That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, bottled by Penelope Bourbon in Roselle Park, New Jersey. Roselle, New Jersey. Yeah, so they're gone.
Yeah.
Cooper series.
Because like I said, that's like an older one.
Yeah, they're gone out of New Jersey.
All right.
Once that company got sold, they picked up and they left.
All right.
Which is probably why they won't answer my emails.
Maybe they're in a process.
I'm in front of the store.
They were signing the contract at that moment.
Let me in.
But they actually, I think they approached us first. So.
They did. They emailed us. Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
That was our fear of doing public
They saw
episodes.
They saw how many viewers we had. They said, "Oh no, this is not going to do good for business."
come do your show at our place. I'm
Yeah.
scared.
Well, I know people who know them, so I guess if I really wanted to make it,
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
You know people who know people.
I know people who know them, yes, who have been there and all that stuff, and who've gotten empty barrels from them too.
Sweet.
Old stuff.
So where do you rank this on the? We've done quite a few Penelopes on the show here, right? We've done the Rio, we've done the toasted marshmallow,
Yeah.
the Valencia, the American whiskey.
Toasted marshmallow, it was very good, but it did not meet what it was supposed to be. I didn't get marshmallow. I didn't get any of that. So
we were a little angry at that one.
Yeah, it was. I not that it was bad bourbon. I just don't, like I said, don't.
You want it to taste like what it is.
Exactly.
Advertised
Don't call it
as.
marshmallow unless it's marshmallow.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I think this is a good one. This is a solid one.
Same.
I still like my Rio. I think that's one of my favorites. I still like their 9-year they did. Was it year? I think it was last year or 2 years ago. I forget.
The American light whiskey was good too.
Yes, their light whiskey was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. I like the Valencia. I like the hints of that citrus.
Mm-hmm.
I you know what? When I first had Penelope, I had it was like a rosé, or I forget. Maybe it was rosé kind of.
They had like a rosé bourbon, yeah.
And I was not totally impressed by it. And I had a bad first impression. But I didn't give up, and I tried some different variations and things like that, and I've become. I have to say I really became a fan.
Good.
But this is solid stuff. Good stuff. The weeded, good notes, nice finish, hangs out.
Is this a easy to find bottle or?
It's new.
It's new, so it probably goes fast, right?
It goes fast, but I have seen it again a couple times.
Okay.
I think it was like 40 or something like that, or
That's a great price, man.
yeah,
That's a great price.
so, or along those lines.
Wow.
Do you want me to pick you up a bottle if I see one? Is that where you're
I would like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I
don't get out much.
Yeah.
I don't get out much.
If you want,
Most of my stuff comes secondhand.
I usually will send John a picture or something and say, hey, do you want this?
And I sit there and stare, and then I think I have my wife on this side of the show, and I have myself sitting here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Reasonably priced, though. Wasn't that bad.
Yeah, no, $40-$50 would be great, yeah.
Yeah.
80-90, I might sway away, but
Yeah, so John's becoming a fan of the Weeders.
I guess it's driving me crazy because I feel like we didn't like something. But
Yeah, we've had plenty. You've liked all the Weller ones, so...
Mm-hmm.
And those are all weeded, so I don't know.
I didn't realize those were all weeded until you said that.
Yeah, look at...
I really didn't.
Look at everyone. Weeded.
Never realized that.
Yeah, they're all the Wheaties. The Wheaties.
Excellent.
Did you eat Wheaties growing up?
No, never.
No, me neither.
Yeah. I never wanted to be big and strong and fast.
Yeah, no, it would have been too healthy.
I would have been like a fucking Olympian.
Or Kicks.
Who wants that? I was boring, dude.
You wanted to be a leprechaun.
I'm gonna be honest. As a kid,
Lucky Charms.
there wasn't as much variety when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
Cheers to Penelope. by the way,
Yeah. Oh,
before we
cheers!
go on.
Cheers before we
go
move
on.
on.
Yeah.
If
you want to hear our story, keep
but
listening.
if we're doing it just the whiskey on this one, if you want to hear more about what the bull BS that we have to pull out there, keep listening. Listen to our regular episode. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, we can go on.
Galamad.
Yeah. Cheers. All right.
As a kid, I don't remember there being that much variety like there is now. When I was a kid, it was just Frosted Flakes and Cheerios in my house.
Oh, but come on.
Cheerios with like 12 tablespoons of sugar.
No. General Mills had...
Well, Cookie Crisp. My parents wouldn't buy that.
Yeah,
though.
Cookie Crisp, Lucky Charms, Cheerios, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's my all-time favorite.
I
didn't have that till I was older and started buying it myself.
Oh, really?
We weren't a cereal fan. Like, my brother would eat
Trix.
cereal, but he was... Yeah, Trix. There was a lot of Trix. Back when it was the fruit shapes, though, not the little balls.
No, you mean the opposite.
No, now it's little balls. Trix is little balls. Before it was like the actual fruit shape.
It went from balls to fruit shape, and then it must have gone back to balls.
Trix?
It was always balls, and then it went to. Then they wanted to be fancy and started doing shapes of fruits and stuff.
No, now they do like flowers and shit, don't they?
I don't know, but originally it was balls.
Was it balls?
Yeah, almost 99% sure.
I never ate it. My brother ate that sweet stuff. Where
Cookie
I was
Crisp.
more of a. My parents wouldn't buy Cookie Crisp, man. It was always just Frosted Flakes with bananas is the cereal that I had all the time. That's it.
I
My
mean,
dad's
Frosted
what
Flakes is
was
probably one of the worst for you. It's just pure sugar,
Yeah,
you
it
know.
was so
But
good. And then we buy Cheerios, and I would dump half a pound of sugar in it just to sweeten up, you know.
I remember going to. It might have been when I was a little kid. One friend had a sleepover at his house. So he had a small birthday party. He picked 4 of his better friends, you know, or whatever you want to call it, you know. And I remember
That was you.
I was one of them.
All right.
It was like couple classmates, and I remember getting up in the morning the next day, and we're all eating breakfast, and his parents gave us Cheerios. And it was not Honey Nut Cheerios.
Plain Cheerios
It
is
was just
awful.
plain
That's why I
Cheerios.
used to put so much sugar in it.
And I was like,
Yeah. There's no chocolate chip.
is there like, do you have honey or anything?
cinnamon? There's something.
Something I can throw on this? What's going on here?
I'm 11. I don't need a heart-healthy cereal.
But I was raised right as a kid, and I always, to be polite, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm stuck eating this right now. Oh, God, it was not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
And it's, yeah.
But yeah, no, my parents were never big like buying cereals like that. Everything, it was just like Frosted Flakes. That's it. Frosted Flakes. My dad would slice bananas. I hated bananas. He'd slice them and I'd eat it anyway.
That reminds me of my mom. She used to always have cereal and slice of bananas on top.
Dude, I'll tell you, man, obviously I met you guys when I was more turning into a teenager than as a kid, but go to your house, it was like the cereal mecca of the world. You didn't just have a box of cereal. You had a gigantic box of cereal. It's like you went to the factory and you're like, bro, give me the biggest box you can ever
So
find.
my all-time favorite cereal, it's been discontinued for many, 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 many years now.
Discontinued.
They don't make it anymore. That's
Oh, yeah,
usually-
that's what that means.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what it was because I can't think of anything discontinued.
You might not have had it before.
Okay.
But all time, loved it. Went gaga over it. It was fantastic. And don't get confused with the candy, but it was Nerd cereal.
Nerd cereal.
Yes.
Never even heard of it. Yeah, you're
And
right.
it wasn't like, when you think candy, you think the hard like sugar.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. It was little puff balls.
Of what though?
Could have been, I don't know, some kind of rice or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, but like, what it tastes like if it's.
I don't know exactly how to explain it. It was sweet,
Yeah.
but
But it was after the Nerds candy.
yes.
Okay.
And you'd get the big box of cereal, and then the one side was like grape, and the other side was like cherry or something.
Oh no! See, that doesn't sound good.
Oh.
Dude. No.
And it was the actual cereal. Oh,
No.
so good, so good, so good. But one of my all-time past favorites, John will agree with me because he became a fan afterwards in life, was Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's my favorite all time.
And one of my biggest go-tos, I used to eat a lot as a kid. Jeez, it makes sense now. And I used to eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch and have a slice of cinnamon raisin bread
Oh, nice.
on the side with the butter on top.
Thomas's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I would have my nice buttery cinnamon raisin bread and my Cinnamon Toast Crunch and eat it at the same time.
Sounds good.
I love cinnamon.
I was huge into mixing the cereals.
All right.
I'd love to mix, like 2 kinds, which is pretty cool now because if you go to the store,
Yeah.
we talk about the asshole Kelsey brothers. They have brands of cereal that it's the Kelsey mix,
Oh.
and it's like Lucky Charms mixed with Trix.
I did not know this.
Yeah, it's in stores. It's like 2 or 3 different cereals mixed in one bag.
All right.
Yeah, and it's the Kelsey mix.
So I do a mix, like till this day.
Yeah, what do you like to put together?
I wanted to put more almonds in my life, so I do Cheerios Almond Crunch,
Okay.
which if you have it alone, it's too sweet for me.
Okay.
You know, because Cheerios they love to add sugar and shit to things sometimes. You know, so I do that and I mix it with corn checks.
Okay. I don't like that. I don't like the checks. The rice thing. Yeah.
I love it. And every once in a while, I'll throw a curveball in there and put some what's the wheat one? Honey wheat, sugar wheat. What is it?
Yeah.
Mini frosted mini wheats. Or,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't like. Those
I'll throw a
things. Yeah,
couple
yeah,
of those in there as well. But yeah, it's usually a Cheerio. Listen, I know people. I know. I need to stop eating the cereal because all that processed shit is not good for you. I know.
I love the Special K vanilla almond.
All right.
That's a really good one. It's got slithered almonds in there and it tastes like vanilla.
Well, almonds. Yeah, almonds.
Yeah.
That's why I like.
It's
Like I
good,
said,
man.
which
Heart
one is
healthy,
that?
man.
Frost
Special K.
Oh, Special K.
Yeah, Special K vanilla almond is delicious, dude.
I'll try that.
But I also love the
I'll try that. Just-
Raisin Bran, but the Raisin
yeah.
Bran Crunch.
Oh,
Right? It's got those clusters in there.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good, dude.
It's good.
Do you remember Rice Krispie treat cereal?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ranting, right? This has nothing to do with anything we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I do.
How good was that?
It was good.
That was fat in a box. Like
yeah,
you're
it
gonna
was.
be
It
diabetic.
was.
Your toes are gonna get cut off. Just have a bowl of this.
Or Life cereal was good. But you don't
never
like
had
that.
Life.
You don't
No, I
like that
never
sort of.
had
If you don't like frosted mini wheats, then
Yeah,
you're
I
not
never
gonna
had that.
like
I never had like Kicks.
Yeah.
Wheaties, no.
Kix is more bland.
No. Yeah, if I wasn't gonna get diabetes, I wasn't gonna eat it.
The diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to what we're going to talk about here.
Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs, cuckoo for Cocoa. But dude, I remember Cocoa Puffs changed their recipe at one
They
point.
did, yeah,
And I was like,
absolutely
what's
they
going on here? This doesn't taste the same.
No. But how good was the chocolate milk after?
Yeah. Well, that's like Cocoa Krispies.
Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah.
Cocoa Pebbles was the best chocolate one. That's the best chocolate one.
I like Fruity Pebbles too.
But Cocoa Pebbles, out of the chocolate cereals, you can't beat Cocoa.
I know.
This is probably our 8th episode talking about cereal. Should we bust out the glasses from the
know.
cereal you have in there?
So if you ever watch Seinfeld, that was a whole thing with him. He always had the cereal boxes in the
Yep.
background.
Superman thing, Superman and cereal was always in the background.
Yeah. And the bicycle in the corner. I recently saw, I shared it with my wife because she's like a big Seinfeld fan. I shared the studio, picture of the studio of what it looks like.
Split screen
Like,
between the diner and the
Yeah.
Jay's apartment.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Yep.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you should go to the diner one day. Maybe take Jay with you.
Doesn't he just
It
there?
might be out of the way, but it's all right.
Well, it's like Cheers. They only shoot the outside of the place, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
inside is a set.
It looks nothing like it.
Yeah, it's a set. Yeah. So
Well, cheers. Shout out to. Right, we're done now. We talked about bourbon?
I think we cheers that already. Oh. Yeah.
We do have a topic.
We do have a topic. This topic is you know what movie you should watch, John? Did you ever watch Midnight in Paris?
Negative.
Okay. Midnight Paris.
Sounds like a chick flick.
It's a great movie. Do you like Owen Wilson?
He's all right. He's a little annoying.
All right. Well, Owen Wilson. It's a Woody Allen movie, actually.
Woody Allen's cool.
Yeah.
Pedophile. But
Yeah,
cool.
pedophile, but yeah. It's a Woody Allen movie, and it's about a guy who goes to Paris,
Okay.
and he's there with his wife. His wife's really annoying. She runs into some guy who she's really kind of, well, it's Rachel McAdams plays his wife,
Okay.
and which is interesting because they were together in Wedding Crashers.
Yes.
But plays his wife, and she runs into this like kind of like professor guy or whatever. I don't know what he was, but it's a smart guy that you can tell she's kind of into, and she's like all over him,
And she's married.
she's married, but she's like, oh well, I forget, maybe his name was Paul or something. I don't know. Paul
Awful
said that,
person.
whatever, and this and that, and he was like he was a know-it-all. And Owen Wilson's like, well, I found that, whatever. He was trying to be smart, but you could tell he wasn't smart. And a lot of the movies, like, I'm just going to go walk around. I'm just going to do my thing, I don't really, he didn't want to go dancing with all them and do all that stuff. He's like, I'm just going to go walk around. So he walks to this one part of Paris. It's like some little square area or whatever. It was silent, no one there. And this old, like, 1950s car, or actually probably even older than that, like 1930s car pulls up. And there was a bunch of people, like, singing and stuff in the car. And they're like, come. And he's like, what? He's like, come in, And he gets in there and he's like, he's listening to music and stuff like that. Or I don't know what he was doing, but they were, having fun. They're in the car or whatever. And he didn't realize until later on, it hits him, he traveled back in time.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
he's actually back he traveled back like 50 years. And that car was really supposed to be a car from like whatever era.
That's strange.
And he gets to meet like certain people. He meets Ernest Hemingway. He meets Picasso. He meets, whatever. I forget all their names. And
What's this movie called?
Midnight in Paris.
Oh, cool.
And it's weird because it catches you off guard. If you don't know what the movie's about, and then you're watching it, you're like, "What the hell is going on?"
That's not where I thought you were going.
And he starts.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, it is. And he starts to say, "I love this era." He's like, "I love this era. This is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. This is
I got you.
And he meets a woman, and she's like, "Oh no, no, no." She's like, "This is not the era." She's like, you like. She's like, "You like it, you like all this and stuff." Because she catches on, and says, "You travel back in time. You're from the future, whatever." And then they go back to that corner. Something else happens, and they ended up traveling back in time again to say it was Victorian ages or so. She's like, "This is where you want to be. This is it," and stuff like that.
Sounds like a strange movie.
Yes, but it's interesting because it basically was telling people, you want to live in the past. You want to be somewhere because you think this era was, say, like for us, we might be like the 80s or 70s were such a good time. I want to go back there.
Right.
But the reality of the situation is someone 50 years from now might want to be in our era that we are in right now.
Got you.
So she wanted to travel 50, 30, 40, 50 years back. He wanted to travel 30, 40, 50 years back, which was her era.
Right.
And it was an interesting outlook and perspective on things and how you saw it.
All right. So I might have to check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another one, a good one, if you like Woody Allen stuff, To Rome with Love. It's good. It's quirky. It's funny. It's whatever. All right. Watch it. Watch Midnight in Paris first. Watch that first. If you like that, watch To Rome with Love. Anyways, which brings me to this, John. If you were to travel back in time to any era, any place, time period, could be the United States, could be Paris, could be wherever, where would you go?
Good question.
Yeah.
I have two ideas.
Okay.
Two eras that I am drawn to.
All right.
They are not outside of the United States.
Okay.
They are in the United States.
In the United States.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first would be like the mid to late 1800s in the Western time.
Okay.
I'm asphyxiated with cowboys. I have books. I have movies. I love the cowboy era. They were cool as hell.
Yeah.
They only lived to like 35, 40 years old, but they lived a hell of a life, dude.
Did they live only a short life because of stress or because they got shot?
Probably, yeah. I don't know. Just the thing of riding a horse and I've always been drawn to cowboys, cowboy movies, Billy the Kid. Like I love that shit, and I'm obsessed with it. I want to travel. Like you want to go to like Iceland. I want to go to like New Mexico. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing. My wife wants to like go to England and Italy.
Yeah.
I want to go to Arizona and Tombstone.
Well, just to give you a heads up, there is no basement in the Alamo.
Yes, I've heard.
Okay.
I don't want to go to the Alamo. No, that's
right.
like Mexican-American Civil War. No, I want to go to the Cowboys. I want to go west. I want to go to Boot Hill.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure reference there by people, just in case you don't know.
I'm totally obsessed, dude. Next to my nightstand right now, I'm reading a biography. Looks like the 5th biography on Billy the Kid. They're all the same, but I keep buying the books.
Yes. So, interesting that you bring this up. I saw something where someone came across a picture or something. I don't know how they came across it. I forget this whole backstory with it. And it was one of the actual better pictures of Billy the Kid.
Yes.
I don't know if you came across that or
I've seen many a documentary. It's either the one with him leaning on the gun, or is it the one with him in a group of people?
I'm not sure. Yeah, but it was a picture that
The one with him leaning on the gun.
it was recent.
That's a legit picture that somebody has that's worth millions and millions of dollars. It's really supposed to be the only picture ever of him.
Yeah.
There's another picture floating around with him and a group of people. They can't tell if it's him or not because it's very blurry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am obsessed, dude. I even told you we talked about a week or two ago, like movies and stuff, and I was like, Back to the Future 3, man, because I love my westerns. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
Just like it's the tough guy. It's the tough guy.
I know,
mode,
but when you have to worry about getting shot because you beat someone in poker,
right,
or something, and you're in a saloon and you're.
But in the mood, in the moment, you probably, or in that era, you didn't worry about that.
Yeah.
Like, it's.
Yeah. I hear you. So that's the era.
That would be my number one pick.
How would you fare with the outhouses and things like that, and just...
I mean, John now, who has to go in his own house, who's afraid to go in a public toilet. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be good if I had my mentality now.
Yeah.
But if I was born in that era, I'd have no choice.
Yeah.
You didn't shower, you didn't shave. Yeah.
I mean, think about Lincoln
Prostitutes
times.
were
Like
cool.
Lincoln times, because you're talking pretty much Lincoln times.
Yeah, absolutely. Rutherford B. Hayes, Lincoln, early 1900s, late 1800s.
So if you ever watch the show 1883, it was basically about the Western frontier, right? It was about
The movement.
the
right?
movement heading out west. They never necessarily planned on settling in Montana.
Right.
Not to give too much away, it worked out that way. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
Where they ended up in Montana. They never made it to California. The gold rush, all that fun stuff.
Right.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I could see it. I could feel it. Would you wear a cowboy hat and the big boots or what?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to. I would wear it now.
Would you wear the assless whatever?
No, I wouldn't wear the assless chaps. No.
or whatever it is.
But I want to walk like in my boots and hear like the chink, 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 chink,
Yeah.
with the little spinny wheels.
The spurs.
Yeah, the spurs. Yeah,
Spinny wheels. You would have done well.
I want to ride a cow. I want to ride a horse so
wanna
bad.
ride a cowboy.
Yeah.
I want to ride a cowboy. His name will be Ralph.
Like now to this day, I still go to Wild West City and I have the best time of my life.
We got to go next year. We've been talking about it for too long now.
Take your son, man. Love it, dude. Get him a little cap gun. Boom, boom, boom. A little cowboy hat.
Yeah. We got to do it. Are you like? I see. It's a rare thing, but even in New Jersey, I'm starting to see people wear cowboy hats once in a while.
I am not a fan of country music, but I'll throw a cowboy hat on.
So there is a store in not too far from here in like Mount Olive or somewhere not too far, Bud Lake or somewhere. It's in the plaza.
Yeah.
I think it's Mount Olive, and it's actually like legit. Like
Is that the Boots place? Like something?
Boots, boots and hats and all that stuff. Would you be like Marty McFly when he goes to the Wild West and has the pink boots on?
No, negative. It's got to be authentic, man. You don't want to. You want to blend in, not stand out.
When Doc goes, "Who chose that outfit? You did."
Like I don't know. That's where I'd like to go. What about you? What do you?
That's a good question. I would actually say probably the 50s, 1950s.
Yeah?
Yeah, 1950s, 1940s.
Really? You want to be like that swinging area?
Yes.
Swing area.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. I kind of like it.
Because you want to be sneaky with like the Prohibition times. Like
I don't know. I think it's an era I've come to like. I've an infatuation about. I kind of like. I just like the moving, like nowadays, like we're moving from internet to AI and all this stuff. It's moving fast. It's totally different. Like to them, moving to different direction is like new telephones, cars, automobiles, things like that.
Right.
And it's a little bit more basic to us, but I think it was just definitely more appreciated.
Okay.
Like, do we appreciate now, like, AI? Do we appreciate that as, like, if someone got, like, or when the light bulb was invented? Do we appreciate that, Like, it was such a bigger breakthrough where something so small, so simple can make such a difference.
But was it? So we'll take the Back to the Future movie, back in where it's like, they got the black and white TV, and they're like, they were so appreciative of it and trying to make it work.
We have two.
Yeah,
nobody has two TVs.
Nobody has two. But because it's not that you weren't appreciative of it. It was just like, is this really going to work? Like, is this a...
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. And which we get now, because now we have smart TVs.
Yeah.
And
I know.
I don't know.
I don't think I'd want to live in the area. Obviously, I don't want to live in the time era of dinosaurs because I'm going to get eaten. Like
you want to be a caveman?
Some land of the lost shit going on right there, I don't think I'd want to do that. I don't think I'd want to live like in the era of like Game of Thrones or stuff like people were just, No. I don't think I'd want to live in some of the big wars like the with the Confederates and everything that.
No, because you'd go to war and you'd be dead.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind like the late 60s into the early 70s.
Like Woodstock eras.
Like that Woodstock era, man. Like that, like like the classic rock era, of music, where you're smoking a bone, everything's all right.
Yeah.
Everything's okay.
'Cause it's all
The only bad thing
right.
is trying to ditch Vietnam,
Yeah.
that area, but
I know, you didn't have a choice back then. You couldn't
Right.
be a draft dodger, necessarily.
but once you get to the mid to late 70s, early 80s, that disco shit kind of that was weird, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want nothing to do with
Can
that.
tell by the way I walk up my-
Yeah, that's not me. That's not me.
If you had an opportunity to go back to a time period of your actual life,
Okay.
what would it be?
Well, that's easy, man. That's late
80s.
90s, early 2000s, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Late 90s was the best, dude. I'm going to go from 96 to
All right,
2000.
let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase this. Okay. As an adult, like John right now,
Yeah.
were to go back,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Okay. It would be,
Not like at your age when you were that age then.
it'd be my age now.
Yes.
I'd probably go back from, like 96 to 2000.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is, you were 21 then. This was like a thing that okay, so you want to reminisce.
Because
that's not much different than John now. You're 20,
is,
20s,
though. It
because you were
is.
drinking, you were in bars, you were doing your thing.
Right, but the John now doesn't care what people think, or John then was timid.
Yeah,
He was friendly, social. I loved everybody. I didn't come off as an introvert,
yeah,
but I was.
yeah.
Now I don't give a shit, and I'll go.
You're still an
fucking
introvert.
party hard.
So
I'm still an introvert, but I'll go party hard.
I think I've become more introverted.
I don't
over the
know where
years,
else I
yeah.
would go. I mean, I don't know how to answer that. That's a strange.
Well, can I answer it and then I'll
Yeah,
tell you
yeah,
where
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
going to the mid 1980s.
Why?
I love the music. I love everything about it, man.
80s music is fucking awful.
I love 80s music. So
Oh, it's so bad.
love it. I love it. Oh,
It's so bad. No, it's not good. 80s movies were the bomb, but 80s
Yeah.
80s music was freaking awful.
you watch Stranger Things? You said you watched it, or you haven't watched it?
No, I watched the first
So-
season. I was kind of bored with it.
Oh, because it's set in the 80s. So they put the Ghostbuster costumes on. And stuff. I don't know. I love the 80s. I am an 80s freak when it comes to things. So that's an era I grew up. I mean, I was born in 1980.
Which is strange, but you didn't though.
Well, I grew up 10 years in the 80s. I think that's good enough.
But yeah,
Granted, I was an adult in the 80s.
that's why the 90s are so much more better.
If you ask me 80s trivia, 80s movies, 80s music, I will win every time. I'm just an 80s guy. I love the 80s.
So I posted on. I'm going on a cruise in a week or two.
All right.
And a person on the Facebook group I'm part of was like, "What kind of theme nights do they have?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, they have 70s, 80s, and blah 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 blah." And I responded, "What is up with the 70s and 80s?"
Yeah.
I go, "That time period, that's like the 60-year-olds now. That's old shit, dude. 50s and 60s, bro. Like that's old. Why can't there be like a 90s theme party?"
Did you ever go to Culture Club back in the day or no?
No.
Oh God, it was 80s downstairs, 90s on the second floor.
It was like Paul's. Remember Paul's in Belmar?
Oh yeah.
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 Different rooms with different
Yeah.
areas and
Or Cadillac Bar used to be a different theme for
Cadillac
each.
Bar,
So
yeah.
it was like club was one floor, band was one floor, rap music was another,
Yep.
hip hop was another. That was great, man.
But I commented that, and you know how many people were like, "Yeah, man, like enough with this 70s and 80s crap. Like the 90s was the music. That's the good spot. Let's get there." You know.
What was 90s though? Some 90s music.
So 90s is more like now the pop and the
Yeah.
early grunge.
all right,
You
grunge or like How Bizarre. Or like Somebody Once Told Me the
I'll take that over.
All right.
Don't stop digging enough. I'll take that. You know.
I like
I want
a little Asia. I like some, it was the heat of the moment, I like some Buggles. I like some
Africa Toto. I don't want Toto. Or Toto by Africa.
Toto
No,
Africa.
Africa by Toto. Africa by Toto.
Africa by Toto.
I don't.
Peter Gabriel. The Talking Heads.
No.
Burning down that house.
That was awful.
Ah,
Awful.
I love it. Love
What
it.
about those idiots that were like the robot?
Peter Schilling.
What's that band? That popular band where they wore yellow with the redhead? Devo. Like,
Devo.
come on, that's retarded.
Styx.
No. No.
Come
no.
sail away. Come on. Come
Bad,
sail
dude. It's
away
bad.
with me. Anyways.
The Police. It's bad.
So if we were back to the eras. So I would say 1950s, the swing. You know what it is?
I want to smoke weed and just get along.
I want
And
to
listen
get
to
along.
rock. I want to listen to Leonard Skinner
Yeah.
and smoke weed and just get along.
But I want to say, as far as eras, I said 1950s, but I want to say early 1900s, actually. When they invented the car, Ford make the Model T, all that
You have
stuff.
to like crank that shit to get it going.
It was simpler times. People dressed nights when they went out. They wore top hats. They did all that stuff.
They wore top hats, but the women weren't like they couldn't show anything. The woman couldn't go to the beach and see a nice
Yeah,
figure.
but that's part of the fun, man.
Is it?
Wonder what's underneath there, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
Have you ever watched the movie The Time Machine?
No. Hot Tub Time Machine?
The one with Guy Pearce. And good movie. And the setting is the 1950s, everything like that. And then basically he loses his wife. And he invents a time machine because he wants to keep going back to try to save her. And keeps going back and keeps going back. And eventually something happens. He hits his head and he goes to the future. And he sees the world, what it's become and stuff. It's a pretty good movie. And
Well, I mean, go Back to the Future. Where do you go back to? 1953?
what's that?
Back to the Future? 1955?
55.
My parents were born in 53. You know,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that era. Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
50s era. That's cool. I'm
If
down with
you if you ran into 13-year-old dad, how do you think it would have been? Or 15-year-old dad, or 16? Let's go where he's going through that. He just got over the puberty phase, and he's kind of like doing his
that.
thing.
Knowing my dad, and the stories that I hear, he was a troublemaker. I'd probably stay away. Yeah, my dad was stealing my parents' car when he was 13. So,
Yeah. All right. Well, then I was right the first time when I said 13.
Yeah. Brooklyn, a little different than what we're used to. Man.
Brooklyn.
We're not used to that stuff.
Yeah.
It was
You-
all the races against each other.
Yeah.
That's the thing about that era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was no unity at that time.
And I think I'm the one.
Everybody stuck with everybody.
And I feel like if I met my dad back then, it would be the opposite. My dad was like straight A student,
Right.
Princeton graduate,
Right.
you know, and I'm kind of was more the wild one back in that time, you know.
Right.
So I think it would be a little bit more different when it comes to
You'd
that.
be like my dad, and I'd be like trying to be like your dad. You know, 'cause I don't want to go in that direction.
Yeah, it would have been, a little bit different, but
Like I said, that year that was different, man, because it's like the races and the nationalities, they stuck with each other. There wasn't really unity, and there was a lot of
Yeah.
fighting then. So it was
Yeah.
strange.
was your dad a hippie?
I don't think he was a hippie, but there was a point where he did have a big afro.
Yeah,
But
but he was Italian.
it was more. It wasn't a hippie. It was more like Saturday Night Fever.
All right. Yeah. If we haven't told you before, and full disclosure, John's dad, awesome man, love the guy. He is the mayor everywhere, everywhere. I swear, if Mr. G, that's what I call him, Mr. G. If Mr. G went to California, there would be someone that knows him.
Mm-hmm.
And, he just knows everyone. Popular guy, and makes everyone feel welcome. Everyone, if you ever went to a party or something and you didn't know anyone there, he'd probably be the first one that came over and started talking to you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I'm so opposite.
Very, people person, everything. He and I've said it before, he's the one who married my wife and I.
But he's getting old. And
Does he still do that, by the way? Does he still do weddings and stuff?
I think you were the one and only, man.
No, I think he said he did someone else afterwards. Yeah.
Maybe one. But now he's getting old, and now he's at the point where he's like, when the old people are like, I'm old. I don't give a shit what I say or who people think of me anymore. And he's like, that's the benefit of being old. And I'm like, no, you can't say that. No, I'm old. So, yeah.
That's like my mom. She's too blatantly honest sometimes.
Yeah.
Where she would tell like a relative, you shouldn't wear that, or you shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't do that. And
it's like hanging around with Jay all the time. Love you, Jay.
Yeah. It's true, though.
And he's not even old yet. Oh, man.
Yeah, he's was it May? No, his birthday. Yeah, it's coming in
He'll
a
be... Yeah.
50 something, 59. I don't know. Sorry, Jay, I'm joking. But yeah, it's
That's an interesting topic, though, today. Where would you like to go back? Because
yeah.
there's a
Where
lot
would
of
you like to go
scary
back?
eras, a lot of, like you said, the eras where you can get, like, I was going to say deported. Oh, my God.
That's now.
Go into the army, like, what do they call it? Drafted into the army,
Drafted.
and then you got no choice.
If you and say you go to the Victorian age, say you go to like where they were cutting people's heads off,
Right.
Right, and and it's not just the era too, or where you're from too. Even nowadays, certain countries, what was that kid in Singapore or wherever we got they like
Probably
whipped
so
him or something.
Awful back then, like with the communism, and it's communism now, but imagine how bad it was then.
Well, that's why people don't mess around as much. So like back in biblical days, they would stone you, like
Stone you,
you
or the punishment fit the crime.
yes,
You stole, your hand got cut off.
yeah.
You raped, your junk got cut off.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Listen, I would be all for pedophiles getting stoned. I don't know, people like that. Put them on the street. You scar a kid for life.
Yeah.
Let's stone this mofo. Let's do it. Let's.
That wouldn't fly these days.
No, not with it. But that goes to we've had this conversation before, and now I'm going to get off topic again. If I was a juror, which I'd be a horrible juror for of a man whose kid got molested, and they took that by some rando, and they killed that rando, and and choked him out or something. If I was a juror, I'd be like, no, he's good.
Justice is served.
And the way I looked at it is that, are they going out and murdering more? No, they're not a threat to society. They're a threat to anyone that touches their kid, which I don't blame them for.
Like when you see a father be like, I want 3 minutes in a room with him.
Yes.
Well, give him his 3 minutes. That's
Give him
more
his 3
punishment
minutes.
than that probably guy life in jail.
Yeah.
That 3 minutes will be
Yeah.
more productive
Yeah.
than jail time.
Because I think the whole point of jail is to keep them away from other people. Are they a threat to society? Are they a threat? A dad who's protecting their kid is not a threat to society. But now we're getting off topic here. But yes.
Yeah,
We tend to do this, people. We tend to do this. Which if you watched our 160 something episodes prior to this, you would know. But yes, as far as going to, like I said, Game of Thrones times,
That's scary. That's scary.
that is scary.
That's scary.
How would your kids do in a time like that
Oh,
was
God.
back in, like, without cell phones, without any of this stuff?
No, they wouldn't know how to survive.
No.
Even now, I didn't have a cell phone growing up, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
know how to survive.
No.
I didn't have a cell phone for like.
But I think we'd be
8
all right.
hours.
I think we'd be all right because our era. I mean, how old were you when you got your first cell phone? You're a little older, so probably like 20.
Yeah. I was like 16 when I got my beeper, and then my first cell phone, I had to open it up and put the antenna up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably like 20,
Yeah.
19, 20.
I was about 18.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like the tail end of my senior year or something in high school. I had gotten a Nokia 5160.
And that was strictly phone calls. It's not like we were texting or going on the internet.
Yeah,
it was just a call somebody.
It was strictly phone calls and Snake.
Somebody would beep you, and then you would call them on your cell phone.
Yeah. Remember Snake?
No.
Snake was the Nokia game, and the Snake, like, it kept running, and you had to eat
I don't
the
remember.
bait and stuff. It was like old 1980s
Oh, God.
Pong kind of stuff.
Centipede?
Yeah, stuff like that, but they could put it on a phone. So, and our phones didn't even take photos back then.
No.
It was just,
Thank God.
I know. But part of me misses that, though. There's so many things where I did things with my friends, and I want to kind of go back to that time and be like, I
If
wish
you
I
had
had
a cell phone. Or
I wish I had more
camera.
photos of some of the stuff we, hanging out in Ruben's garage or whatever, and
Yeah.
doing stuff, and just every once in a while someone had a camera and we took a couple rando photos,
But it's not a bad thing, man, because those memories are stuck up here.
I know, but we can't look back on it the same way. Like kids can look back at like everything.
I don't want my kids to look back.
I know. This was a fun episode, man. I enjoyed this. I think that we could have dove into it a little bit more, but it was fun nonetheless. But unfortunately,
It's time to go.
it's time to go. Yeah, shout out to Penelope. John was a big fan of this weeded.
I like this one, dude.
Yeah,
It was good.
yeah. Let us know which era you'd love to go back to. Where would it be? Would it be America? Would it be France? Would it be Ireland? Would it be anywhere? During what time period? Let us know what you think. I don't know. It can be interesting.
You'd be a good Gang of New York era. Like that'd be good for you.
Yeah, but that was it was a lot more hostile. I feel like
that's right.
with
You're a
things.
hostile guy.
Yeah, I would enjoyed it. Yeah, I know. Would I have like some fancy outfit? Would I have a big like hand or something? I don't know.
Little walking.
Yeah. Would I be a gangster? Or would I be
a cane? You'd have a cane.
Yeah. Who knows? Could be interesting.
Curly mustache.
Good stuff. Fun times, John. Great times.
Cheers.
Cheers. Empty glasses. Cheers to you. All right.